What's mashing, llama feeders? Welcome back to Monkeyboy's Toys, and welcome back to the sofa. Thanks very much for joining me again. Now, you may remember last week I asked you to vote on which M.A.S.K vehicle you'd like to see me review this week, and the results are in. And sorry, I'm just waiting for Skeletor to pop up and derail the review like he normally does. If I'm honest, I'm quite suspicious that he hasn't popped up already. I mean, I must admit I haven't seen him today, but nevertheless. Well, we'll just crack on anyway, and let's just hope he doesn't turn up and spoil everything later on. So, the winner of the vote last week was the Outlaw. Now, the Outlaw was produced by Kenner in 1986 as part of the second series of the toy line, and it is an oil tanker that turns into the mobile headquarters for Venom, the vicious evil network of mayhem. But before we look at the vehicle itself, we'll have a look at the driver and co-driver. Firstly, we've got the driver here, and it is M.A.S.K, and he is wearing the Powerhouse mask. Now, Nash's code name is Goon, and he's a computer hacker and a geek. His Powerhouse mask was originally named Samson, according to the colour guides for the toy line, and Nash actually refers to his mask as Samson in the cartoon episode The Scarlet Empress. We'll just quickly pop his mask off so that we can look at his face. As you can see, he's got some glasses sculpted into his face there. They're not very noticeable because they're the same colour as his head, but he does wear glasses. Bringing his Powerhouse mask back in. This mask grants the wearer the ability to increase their strength. I mean, it doesn't really do that. Obviously, you just have to use your imagination. But there's M.A.S.K, and he's the main driver of the Outlaw. We'll pop him off to the side, and we'll bring in the co-driver, who is in fact the leader of Venom, and it's Miles Mayhem, and here he is in his Python mask. We'll just quickly take that off so that we can look at his moustache. Most of the M.A.S.K figures just had painted hair, and there was no more paint applications on the face, with the exception of Vanessa Warfield, who had lipstick, and Cliff Dagger, who had an eye patch. I can't off the top of my head think of any other characters that had painted faces, but Miles did have the distinction of eyebrows and a moustache. So there he is. There's Miles Mayhem. We'll bring in his Python mask again. Now, the Python mask fires a gripping wire, which is a wire that grips things. It doesn't really do that. Obviously, you just have to use your imagination. But there's Miles Mayhem. And we'll pop him off to the side, and we'll have a look at the Outlaw vehicle. So here it is. It's a very big vehicle, as you can see. I can only just get it all on camera. The transformation is fairly simple. The first part, you just take the cab section and tilt it forward, like so, and then the front, or the top of the cab flips down to make a sort of a ramp at the front. It reveals the open cab section here, which does feature two seats. You've got one for the driver over here and one for the passenger or the co-driver over this side. It does feature a movable grappling hook, which fires with this button at the side. You just pop that down and it fires the grappling hook out. Now, the grappling hook is on quite a long cord, as you can see. Now, this cord is often broken if you buy this on the secondary market, and sometimes the grappling hook is missing altogether. So that's something to look out for if you're buying one of these on eBay or whatever. The grappling hook just retracts by turning this sort of hand hand crank thing here. You wind in the string like so, and then the grappling hook just fits back into the firing mechanism like so. The second part of the transformation of this vehicle just involves the trailer, which flips up. But before we do that, I just want to point out this snake oil sticker on the side here. Now, this design did not appear in the cartoon series. The side of the Outlaw was just a plain-sided vehicle in the cartoon series, so this sticker was just added for the toy line. But if we open the back, we can see what's inside. Oh, Skeletor, you made me jump. What are you doing in there?
I wanted to surprise you.
Well, you did. How long have you been in there, Skeletor?
4 days.
You've been in there 4 days?
Yes.
Right, well, I hope it was worth it, Skeletor.
Sort of.
Right, well, what do you want?
I want to help.
You can't help, Skeletor. We go into this every week, don't we? I'm in the middle of doing a review. You can't really help. You don't know anything about this toy, do you?
No.
Well then, what are you going to help with?
I don't know. Surely there must be something I can do.
Well, I'll be testing the weapon system out a bit later. Why don't you come and help me with that?
No, I'm not falling for that again, Monkeyboy. Last time you shot me. You keep doing that.
Well, I won't do that again, Skeletor. Why don't you pop yourself off for a while, and when I get to that part, I'll give you a call back, and you can come and help me to do that. You'll like it. It's a howitzer. You like howitzers, don't you? Look, have a look. Look, it's a big howitzer.
Oh,
yeah, it's a massive howitzer. You'll like that. So I'll give you a shout. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So sod off for now.
Okay.
Right, I knew it was too good to be true. Anyway, here is the inside of the vehicle. Now, the Outlaw is I think the only M.A.S.K vehicle where you had to apply all the accessories as part of the transformation. Normally the vehicles would transform and they were all fairly self-contained, but the Outlaw does contain a number of accessories inside the sort of storage bed of the vehicle here. The first one is the radar scanner. Excuse me, it's not a radar scanner, it's a tracking unit. And what you do is you pop out the side of the vehicle here. This just slides out, and there's a little hole in here that the tracking unit fits into. And that just spins around here. Now this is another thing that's often missing if you buy an Outlaw on the secondary market. What you need to keep an eye out for is that it's got both parts of the tracking unit, which is the stem here and the spinning top section there. If we turn the vehicle round carefully so I don't knock everything over, we can have a look at the other side. The other side of the vehicle has a similar panel here that you pull out. When you pull this one out, a computer console sort of emerges from the top here. There we go. And there is a little space in here to sit a figure. So there's Nash at the terminal. While we're on this side of the vehicle, I'll just point out another action feature. Down here by the front left tyre there is a little switch. If you flick that, the cab section pops up, and it means that this part is now able to turn 360 degrees and fire the grappling hook in any direction you choose. So that's another nice little feature of the vehicle. Back onto the accessories. We've got a few more things included here. The first thing that I'm going to grab is the power pack. Normally the power pack is still present when you buy this second hand, but often missing is this, which is the hose, the power lead, or whatever you call it. You can buy these as reproductions if you're missing your example, but yeah, the originals, because of the sort of rubber they're made from, they did sometimes perish and crack. So it's nice that I've got a nice example here. This just connects into the front of the I guess this panel on the front there, that just pokes in there, and then the other end attaches into the top of the power pack here, and that just sits next to the vehicle, and it's sort of like a power bank. Well, I'll unplug that for now because I don't want to put any stress on these sort of tabs at the end, so we'll leave that off to the side for the time being, and we'll have a look at what else is in the bed of the trailer here. We have here two radar scanners. These are the radar scanners that I mentioned earlier. Now these actually fit onto the top of the trailer, and this is something you have to do yourself. So if I just tilt the camera up a little bit, and then bring in the trailer, they actually fit at the top here. The top of the trailer, I don't know if you can see, but it does feature some foot pegs, or on both sides, where you can actually stand one of the characters, or both of the characters. You can stand them up there. I'm not sure how they were intended to get up there in the first place, but anyway, there is space up there in front of these computer terminals and such for you to stand the figures. But the radar scanners just slide onto the top of the vehicle like this. You slide them in from the end, and they just slide on the top like so. So that basically completes the transformation for this vehicle. There's only one thing to really look at now, and it's the weapon system that's in the back of this vehicle, which is this whacking great howitzer. Now you do get two sort of ammunition rounds for the howitzer. These are poison pod shells or missiles, and they release a noxious sort of poisonous gas. There is one in the front of the howitzer, and then the second one is just stored inside the vehicle like this. But the howitzer does move pretty much 180 degrees, and it's got several positions that you can rest it in. So yeah, let's get Skeletor back in and see if we can test this howitzer. I'll just give him a shout. Skeletor! Skeletor! Skeletor!
What?
It's time to test the howitzer. Come back.
Okay, I'm coming. Right, I'm here. What is it?
Right, I thought we'd test this howitzer out.
Okay.
So I think the best thing probably for you to do, Skeletor, is just pop yourself to the back of the sofa again.
No, I'm not falling for this again, Monkeyboy. If I do that, you'll shoot me with it.
No, I won't, Skeletor. I promise. Honestly.
Well,
okay. Yeah, I think it's the safest place for you to stand, actually, because it's quite dangerous. So pop yourself at the back there.
Okay.
Now, do you want to close your eyes, or?
Monkeyboy! I tell you this every week. I haven't got any eyelids.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, here's the howitzer. As I say, it does turn 180 degrees, so you can face it in any direction that you want to.
Monkeyboy,
Yes.
why are you pointing that at me? That seems very dangerous.
No, that's all right, Skeletor. You're okay.
No, well, I don't like it. It's pointed right at my face.
Well, never mind. The howitzer is fired by pressing this sort of red button here on the top. You just depress that and it deploys the poison pod shell.
Oh, Monkeyboy, you bastard! You got me right in the face with that. Oh, and there's poison gas everywhere. Oh, I don't feel very well.
Oh my God, Skeletor, stop it! Oh, goodness me!
Oh, Monkeyboy! Oh, that poison's really done a number on me. Oh,
Why didn't you pop yourself over here, Skeletor? Come on, let's go. Oh, right, okay. Why don't you pop yourself off to the bathroom, Skeletor?
Yes, I think I will.
Yeah, you pop yourself off. So yeah, there's the Outlaw vehicle. I'll just pause the video and we'll pop it back into its street mode, and then we'll finish up the review. So here's the Outlaw back in its street mode. Before we go, there were some European versions of the figures made, which I have here, which I'd just like to show you. First of all, we've got Gory in a different colour scheme here, and we've also got Miles Mayhem in his alternate colour scheme. Now these were produced for the European market, but they are still available if you want to get them. Then they're not too hard to find. But yeah, I just thought you'd be interested to see the European variants of the two drivers of the Outlaw. So there they are. They're both exactly the same molds. They're just done in different colour schemes. So yeah, there we go. We'll pop those off, and then we'll take the Outlaw away, because we're done with that for this week. All that remains is for me to bring in the Hat of Destiny and select a vehicle for next week. In fact, I'll get Skeletor to do this. Skeletor, can you come back, mate?
Oh, I'm shitting everywhere, Monkeyboy.
Well, just come back and help me pick out the next vehicle. Oh, can you stop that? That really stinks, Skeletor. Goodness me. I hope you haven't made a mess in there.
Right.
Okay, so here's the Hat of Destiny. Why don't you pick out one of these names for next week? We'll just do one this week rather than three, because I think that's getting a little bit tedious for the viewer. I'm not sure if they want to watch us do three every week, so we'll just pick out one for next week. Which one do you want?
This one here.
That one?
This one here, right here, that one there.
This one?
Yes, that one there.
This one? You sure?
Yes.
Yeah. Sure? I can't open it very well. Oh. Well, we've got the Switchblade.
Excellent.
Yep, so we've got the Switchblade for next week. Sorry to all the viewers that do vote for the vehicles each week, but it's just getting a little bit time consuming drawing three vehicles every week. So yeah, we're going to do the Switchblade next week. I hope that's okay with everyone. So Skeletor, that's that really does stink. Goodness me.
Well, it's your fault, Monkeyboy. You shot me with that bloody poison shell.
Yeah. Okay. Why don't you do the sign off for us?
Okay.
Do you know what to say?
Yes, I think so.
Okay, go on then.
Thank you very much for watching the video, everybody. We really do appreciate it. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with any other llama feeders you may know. Please do subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And subscribe to my channel! Subscribe to my channel! The link in the description! Link in the description,
Skeletor.
I'm sorry.
Right.
And yes, please leave a comment. But don't vote for which vehicle we're going to do next week, because we've already decided that.
Okay. What else are we What else do we need to say, Skeletor, just before we go?
I'm not sure.
It's got something to do with sheep.
Oh yes, I know. Let's make like shepherds and get the flock out of here.
That's right. See you later, everyone. Bye.
Bye.